Hey guys, Drew Burks here with you, and today I'm going to do a quick video to show you the basics of tagging. Now, I'm not going to go super in depth here, but I just want to give you enough information that you can go and get started and start building with a solid framework with some best practices. So, a couple things here. We're going to go back to this first lead magnet demo because it's a very simple campaign, but very effective campaign. So, inside each one of these sequences, you're usually going to have some tags, and here's a best practice I learned from the guys over at 6th Division, and it's a great way to get started. There's certainly some variations that you're going to likely want to use in your business, and here's why. Because I don't believe, despite to some popular belief from people, that I don't believe there's a one-size-fits-all. I don't believe there's a black or white way, but this is a great foundation, and I will tell you this foundation helped me tremendously. Now, since then I've went on and different companies, different projects I work on require different naming conventions. But what I want you to do is focus on the one thing that I think is very, very true across the board is starting your tags with numbers. And this is because Infusionsoft orders, when you go to search things, it orders them alphabetically by the number. So 01 shows up in front of 02, 03, etc. So what they've done is they've broken up your tags into categories. So again, owners, let's use this because it's a great foundation. So here we go. We're going to go in here, and each sequence also, this is a something I learned from the guys over there, and so I'll just share it with you because it's a great starting place. Again, doesn't always one size fit all, but a great starting point. So here we go. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to determine, let's look at this as a whole. So they opted in, and so they're in here. So what we want to do is we want to apply a status tag and a history tag. Now let me show you what I mean by that. So status tag is we would say something like this. We would say opted in for lead magnet, right? And we'll call it lead magnet XYZ. And we'd say this is a history tag. Now, you might want to call this history, reporting, whatever. In fact, this is an area where I don't think it's one size fit all, but we're going to stay with history right now. This is something they've done. It's not going to change. They've done it. So they've opted in. Now, we want to apply a status tag that says, and this would look something like this: opted in for lead magnet XYZ, needs to download lead magnet XYZ. Something like that. And we'd say, look, this is a status. Status being that the belief is that there should only be one status tag at a time. So what we know is this person, they opted in. So here we say, look, they opted in. So this is our history or reporting. And we know they opted in, but we know they've not yet downloaded it, right? Because it's the downloads here. Once they've downloaded it, it would come over here. And so again, we would just, this would look the same way. I'm going to spare you the details of writing it all out again. But here, we would say, hey, they already opted in. So we would say, look, we right here, we want to remove the status that says opted in for lead magnet XYZ needs to download because they've already downloaded it. So we're going to remove that, and then we would apply another tag that says, and let's just look at where they're at. Okay, so we would say opted in and downloaded XYZ. And we would say needs to, and this is where you would want to clearly understand what you're building out. So here, right, are we trying to get them to provide feedback, or are we trying to get them to do something else? So let's actually do something here really quickly that wasn't planned, but let me say here, I'm not going to go back and edit this tag, but let's just pretend this is opted in and download XYZ, lead magnet XYZ, and they need to, let's say they need to provide feedback, okay? So in here, what I would do is, let's go one question survey, and I would go back over here to my trusty plus this, go to featured, let me say plus survey. Here we go. Add this feature. Update my credit card there, it looks like. Let's see. What did you think of the lead magnet XYZ? And this is a here, but hated it, loved it. Okay, and then here, let's see. So this would be an example, right, of this could be a history tag, but what I would probably do is make this like a survey. So I'm just going to leave it uncategorized for right now, just to make my point here. Right, and then you can direct them to a thank you page, or a page that whatever addresses this. So that's a whole nother conversation we want to get into, but let's just go ahead and say here, loved it. And again, right, I would direct them to a page here, and this is just survey demo. Now I could add additional answer ranges, but I just want to keep this very simple. Okay, so what we do is we take this code right here and copy this code, and then inside here I just grabbed an HTML snippet and I'm going to save it here. And so now there is one thing here that I had to go use the legacy email because it doesn't, the new email doesn't yet allow for HTML. So you can see that I added it here. And this way people get this, and there's just a, what do you think of that lead magnet XYZ? So obviously you'd name that better. And then people can scale. And 1 to 5 is going to have the hated it tag, 6 to 10 is going to have the loved it tag. Now, what could happen is when they do that, I can have something like this that says, right, loved it. Just make a copy of this here to speed this up. Okay, and then here, you might send these people on 2 different paths. So, quick unplanned little lesson here, but this would be the, I was pretty sure we did the tags here, so I'm not sure why the tags didn't come over here yet. Maybe it's takes a moment, but if they got the loved it tag, they would go here. If they got the hated it tag, they would go here. So anyway, that is a little bit on tagging, and then that's I threw in this added integration. So again, let me go back here. So this was, right, they removed the tag, the status needs to download. We applied the tag, they need to provide feedback, that's what we were going to do. So then let me just wrap this up. So if they got this tag, they loved it, then in here I would do the same thing. I would remove, let me just get rid of this one. And here would change this to remove, and I remove that because now they would have provided the feedback, right? And I would do the same thing here. Okay, so I realized that was probably maybe a little bit confusing because I hadn't planned to do this when I started the video. So again, each sequence you should have tags, and you should have tags that are either history tags that tell you what they've done for reporting, and then the status so that you can easily track where those people are from. And when I go to the next video, I'm going to show you the reporting, so you're going to see the benefit of setting up tags like this. You're going to be able to see, have a clear dashboard so you can see just how well your campaigns are performing and how people are flowing to it. So if you have any questions, make sure you ask them. All right, thanks so much.